2, 1.
What's up, Cookie?
The control point is being contested.
I'm gonna watch this because I've been telling myself I was gonna watch this game. I just ended up not. But I'm just gonna do it quickly because I'm tired as fuck anyway.
We have secured the control point.
I woke up at like 4 AM. Take minutes, yeah, I should. Oh, froyo is the better mid. Yeah, my best for next season. I don't think I could ever play another season. Unless there was like a fat land, like a... just bunkering. Yeah, so here, Global Clan should just kill everything that's not in the bunker. The heals are still super passive, they don't really get a lot for it. There's not like enough damage in front to really pressure Froyo to come out. Last comes in really late, gets the drop. He's probably just wasn't ready for that. He should have been bunkered like further back still, I guess, but he probably thought there was like enough kills that he could start moving forward. Balls Cup team. Balls Cup team is a cup team only. So now they're down heals. Global Clan's really confident to take this fight. They have ad, and they have everything. They've got such a strange Koth map too, where it's like it takes so much more time to win a fight than it does on Bagel or Viaduct. I feel like every fight is like worth at least a minute, but so now they're just trying to play the kill time. Since they're down on the clock, they don't really want to use their Uber. They're probably looking to. Ransom died though, so I don't know. Yite should be looking. Yeah, they think Uber he is. And they see that Skis isn't caught, so they're just happy to let it even out, which I think isn't really what this is. Laz goes behind, so they're probably looking to bomb forward. Laz is drawing a lot of people back, catches out Habib. That's gonna give them more time, even though they'll be even. They get to kill him. Froyo gets to kill him last. We're probably not happy with that. What's up, Howard? Blaze gets pushed out. So, Global Clan has done what they wanted and just killed the whole minute off without having to take any decisive fights. Just good for them. It lets them back into the round. Basically, Skis dropping. Skis dropping was like dropping is bad normally, but that drop was particularly bad because it came at the end of a sack wave. And it basically let Global Clan back into this round. GCI. Brad gets picked by Habib. So now all Froyo has to do is just play on Skis and wait for like a single spawner and inch their way back in. Yeah, they're waiting for Banny. So they're gonna be confident to take the 3v3 because they have people and they have the heals. Looking for traps. I don't know if I don't think Alex was alive, or he might have been, but now he's deading. Now they know there's no trap. Now they have the point, so Global Clan should be trying to take a fast fight here because they have disab. They really want to fight before the Ubers come into play, but looks like Froyo's gonna get the Uber. But either way, even though they're not taking the fight fast enough, they should still be able to just play into a sack wave. Yeah, they're like half a minute, so they Uber forward. Nice surf by Brad to kind of get out, but he gets caught actually. That's fine. So even though they're like, yeah, they're just going back for Skis. They're just trying to doll down the same wave. So they get like enough trades that after Froyo, they'll be able to just refight. Froyo hasn't even, or yeah, they'll just be able to refight. Yeah, this match was close. It was like a 4-3. 4-3. I think most of the rounds are winnable by either team. I think Global Clan. You guys are Global Clan too, so it's kind of confusing. But I don't really want to call them Corsia either, but I guess GCI, they make it back into this round. Froyo beefs this round. Froyo beefs the first half, really. So Blaze goes behind, finds the eye. Really good pick by him. Slum's confident now. Froyo's really confident to take this fight aggressively. They have the pick ad. Blaze dies at the end just as they cap, so they kind of accidentally deny him. And now GCI probably realizes they have slide ad because Brad had a better spawn and Skis died earlier. Work their way in. Froyo's respecting the ad. Just in they're gonna, yeah, now it's even. And they're dominating, so yeah, here comes the trade. Kind of a bad trade from Global Clan here, yeah. And they end up dropping Alex. Kind of a miracle that they actually worked their way back in this. So Froyo's gonna cap. Here, the only thing really in favor of GCI is their better spawns. Alex is late to the fight. Laz comes in. He's just like not looked at all. He manages to get Habib, which is a really amazing pick when you need to play the capture. Always a good pick, but in this situation especially really good. Alex is doing a really good job of zoning the scouts here. Froyo. They can't really like commit forward on them. Scrappy fight. They have the 2 picks though. The spawns are so significant here. They're just gonna be able to recap the point. Skis is probably calling that how close the Ubers were, so Froyo just respects it. Backs off completely. They back up so far, and then Skis just ends up dying anyway. Laz went behind. This is just, and they decide to bunker in, force them to come to point, and just Uber on it. And now there's nothing. The collapse comes in, but while they're still Ubered, so it doesn't really matter. And GCI will edge out the first round pretty simply. So they kind of got stomped on the first mid. I'm gonna watch Laz to see what he does. I don't think Carter played too well this game, so it's Laz. If they do anything, it'll probably be because Laz makes it happen right now, I think. Oh, Fenomeno. I don't know if that's the real Fenomeno or not. Alright, Laz is in. He just dives in on a beat. Fat bomb. He actually rolls Slum and Alex cleans him up. So he gets pretty much a 2-for-1 there. And now GCI is hungry. They kind of overchased there. I mean, I guess they all wanted to push forward as Laz was going across, but really need to reset on the point. Because once Froyo's being pushed off, they can't continue the fight. And it's just like better to just take the point. But they probably thought that there was enough damage that they could get like enough significant kills. Fake. I haven't seen the real Feno ever since he got hit with the ban wave. Eric's keeping track. Okay, they send the soldiers behind. Laz makes it all the way in the spawn. They elect to ignore him, but they don't forget about him. They still know he's behind. Blaze and Banny are looking for him. Oof. It's Hippie's world. They find Skis though. Or Carter finds Skis somehow. The Skis pick, rather. Laz dies behind. His distraction's finally over, but this is a playable fight for both teams. Froyo should be able to get out here, yeah. They're catching all their spawns now a little late, but Habib still has presence. So yeah, he's slowing down. He's slowing them down. He still has presence. He's alive on mid, so they're throwing traps slowly. So both teams get here at the same time, just basically because Habib's still alive. Alex finds the first kill on Eric. This is going amazingly well for Global Clan. First kill, better spawns. Carter dies, but Blaze is too weak to keep fighting. So Laz is coming in now. Oh, what a bomb by him. And he's gonna find Habib again. But somehow while Laz was taking the attention of like 3 people, they lost that fight. They've had though. I don't know if they know it. It really depends on 4-4s to get line of sight on them. So they trade first. They catch skis. That's amazing. But look at the time on the clock. Like it feels like GCI is playing well, but the advantages like they're getting weren't like converted off enough early on, and so the time is just significantly in Froyo's favor. Honestly, like if Skis hadn't gotten caught by that Uber, then they wouldn't even be in this round at all. And that, you can actually just should never get caught by that Uber. Maybe they thought they were close enough, or I don't know, but they just mispositioned. Summers probably was just like not in the right position to run Skis away, and Skis just wasn't as aware that he knew we ran out there. I don't know. So Laz is setting up here in the bomb, unseen in the corner, comes in, realizes he can't really land on anyone, fades off. And Eric and Banny are just causing chaos behind while they're all bunkered in here. So they don't want to get forced, but they should really rotate out the back here instead of just popping through blindly. It's just so bad. So the one thing that's like kind of underrated is that if your demo's holding in shed, he can damage trade really well in point when they're baiting it. And if he's damaging them really well, you should just rotate out the back and then fight over here and just recapture. Otherwise, if you come out this way, you're gonna have to use Uber or you're gonna just take a bad fight. And you shouldn't really be popping to block the point. You should just be rotating out the back after you get significant damage or kills and just refight the point and win it there. But teams, I don't know, maybe it's just like panicky. It's one thing I didn't like about the way Brandstam called the map, was that he just liked using through, even though you're never going to catch the medic using out of shed in that area when you're trying to bunker down. So now it's just like, now it's like a, okay, so here Global Clan has an advantage. He's just playing really respectable of it. So all they have to do is get kills and toe the point. Yeah, if Yai can stay alive here, it's really amazing for them. He does. Yeah, he finds the kill in the back line, so Froyo can't continue this fight. Banny has to go for a force here. He has so much time to do it. And he looks like he's just blocking whatnot. They know he's in there, he's weak. Carter tries to catch him out. He ends up kind of feeding for it. Ooh, yeah, he's gonna... Oh, wow, he's still alive. Okay, never mind. So this is like a holdable round. It really depends on what happens next for this next Uber exchange, because you could easily, you win this fight, you easily turn it into a round conversion, or like at least make it close enough, but I don't know, we'll see. Score's still 1-0, so Froyo, yeah, he finds Slem early. They sack wave because they have enough time. It's just like an amazing call from them. They were definitely playing to expect a trade, and Froyo just sack waved because they had so much time left on the clock. That's really smart. A full minute left, and like even though it was even Ubers, they didn't really show their beam either, so they couldn't like force it into a trade. But now, so now this team is trying to forward to buy enough time. Like they want to get either enough damage to like make the pop easier, or just get the force like right here. Oh, they're not committing to it though. They kind of fear the hold. Or did someone make it behind? They shouldn't have given up the hold. Honestly, if they didn't give up the hold, then maybe they could have like just won this outright. But now they're just all dying. They just backed up, got picked slowly, and then the Uber came in. Nice arrow by Brad. Nice attempt. But... What's up, Blazer Tia? Yeah, that's just a round. But that easily could have just been a one round. Like any of these rounds could have been won by the other team. But in that one in particular, Froyo made the super clutch call to sack wave on even Ubers since they had so much time left. Which is pretty good move by them. Kind of ballsy, because if they fail it, then it's just like even Ubers, and then you have no time left, and the other team wins the point. so you're just taking a worse Uber, but it pays off because GCI just didn't expect it at all. So they double bomb find Skis immediately. Skis wasn't playing too well in the first half, mainly because he wasn't keeping track of the soldiers himself. Other people were spotting the soldiers for him, but he just wasn't very aware. And he cleans it up pretty well in the second half. So they get the kills. Yeah, they just play on Brad, win easy fight. I'm chilling, dude. Ooh, I got a host from Classy. Thanks, Classy. But yeah, 1-1. So GCI takes the first mid. Here comes a sack wave. Blaze is going behind to just try to take people away from the doors, while everybody pokes out in front. They're trying to look for kills who aren't inside their shed, but I feel like this is a misplay from Eric to be just solely shooting people in shed, but I guess I can't find anyone else, so it doesn't matter. And then they end up using, I think the shed, I feel like holding inside the shed on this map is meta, but I think it's just kind of misplayed by GCI. Obviously they have the option to rotate out back, but the people outside are getting picked. It's just forcing them to have to use Uber out, and really, like, I think there needs to be more. I feel like they have to be like contesting the point more, but like actively outside the shed. I think there's just too many people sitting inside. I think you can get away with both of your scouts sitting outside of the shed and just having Demo and Pocket med in here, and then having the other three people like making space so that they can come out and fight. But now they have ad again, so they kind of leapfrog the Ubers. So Brandslam is trying to look to clear the trap, trying to look for space. You don't want to get used early. Just take it slow. Yeah, clears traps, taking his time, walking in his med. He really loves to go lower left here and exchange. So I wonder if he's just gonna do it. No, he's just gonna elect to go off the point because they probably thought he was caught. That's one of the best Ubers you can do, by the way, is you bomb your demo scout forward, but you have the soldiers jump behind like through these lanes to cut off the exit, because this is the only area that the med can escape to. And the soldiers will, even with a scout running your medic out, the soldiers will still make it to this yard area before the medic can get out, if they're like holding main or wherever. It's really easy to get caught on medic on this map, and it's really stupid, but you need like a scout playing over like here or something to like kind of just watch if someone's going behind. And like that's a super passive position, but it's like the only way to avoid that soldier pinching your med. So they caught Skis. They have ad. Froyo's trying to take the fight quickly before GSAC can get Uber. They're just losing it outright. Yite just comes in, gets 3 kills. It's a combination of Alex and Yite just like, blowing them up. Now they have ad, significant ad, and a lot of picks. So the time is going to be really desperate for Froyo. They don't have enough time to really play the same tricks that they did last round, because obviously the time's not in their favor. So if he's just walking in by himself, he's just super caught. He's so disconnected. The rest of Froyo want to go this way. Yeah, that was just like a miscommunication. He probably just didn't hear it. But he's up now. They do try to pick. They use first. Uber's gonna be so much better from GCI here. Yeah, Brad's okay with dropping people here, just to keep his scouts healthy. Oh, it's still fightable because it's 2 scouts. Like, yeah, and they just forget the cap. Wow, I don't know what they were respecting there. That was kind of bad. That was the first half, by the way. That was like, I don't know why Froyo wouldn't go to cap there. It's only 2 scouts up, so someone can definitely just stay on the cap without tanking like a shit ton of spam. That's just like a super beef there. Can you just not leave main and you live? I think teams, I feel like if you go Valley, you're a lot more cashable. From my experience playing Medic, exiting, I think also, that's probably why Froyo also likes to elect main, but generally, like, if you go Valley, I feel like the bombs are just really strong and they can go deep in you, but you can you can just leave other places, but I don't think it's really as good to leave anywhere else, because you kind of need, like, let's say your demo isn't in this position where he's like denying the point, then the other team realizes they don't really have to use to jump in and catch you, and it's a whole mess. But second mid goes in, so double bomb goes in, ineffective. Froyo's caught on that GCI is just selling out both their soldiers for skis, and I think the adjustment that GCI soldiers didn't make was just like not sending it for skis and just maybe landing on her B more often instead, or just playing like a spam game. Nothing too bad with that. Slum takes an early Uber, or oh, they Uber in, but they don't even get the force out or the trade out. I'm wondering why they Ubered. Is it probably maybe skis spotted the beam? I don't know. I didn't watch the Froyo POV or the Banny POV, so I don't know what the comms are like, but maybe skis might have spotted Brad there. I feel like, but yeah, I think the only other, if you're not leaving main, the only other viable exit is Valley, and I feel like this is like actually the death pit where you get caught if you try to leave there. It's really risky, especially when they're barreling across point, because they can get into Valley really deep and don't take damage. Alright, so here they exit main. The soldier bomb doesn't actually manage to catch them on. Managed to clean up Carter there. Now they deny Carter. I guess they might sack wave here. They should sack wave. Nice surf by skis to hold it, hold his Uber, and then he plays the positioning really well. That's really clutch by skis. So now GCI is just feeding players at the ski. He probably should have just kept playing the milk, because they have the picks. When your team already has 2 picks as medic, you shouldn't ever have to use there, because you can keep track of all the threats coming into you. And I think his decision to move forward was just kind of a bad one. He could have backed up, gotten the pack, and the rest of his team could have gone forward and just pushed out the other team, since they would have been respecting Uber, and they wouldn't they don't have the numbers to really take that fight. But now GCI is back in this round simply because Ski's forced there to a single scout when he shouldn't have. So let's see if they're, yeah, see Skis is playing super passive main here. It's just, yeah, and I think someone just went, yeah, there he is, trying to catch the exit. Both soldiers go back to try to catch the exit with the Uber forward. So instead of exiting out this door, he decides to go up the ramp, which is really smart by him. Obviously, like, it seems like an obvious decision, but you'd be surprised by how many medics will get caught trying to come out this door instead, because the instinct is just run for safety rather than like kite over here, and both soldiers miss out on the opportunity to catch him in this doorway. Because you wouldn't think to like delay yourself by not going towards spawn, and like, but it ends up paying off for Skis. So now GCI is out again. So as Blaze going behind, Manny's playing the shed, just spamming around the corner. Blaze recommits, doesn't find anyone, and they're just edging out the cap. Froyo does not commit forward to get the Uber force. They just elect to play the even Uber. Manny needs an arrow, he's not getting it. Comes out backward, decides to go get a pack. So they're playing the spam game pretty well too. And, oh no. Carter kind of shouldn't have been there, actually. So, the comms there were probably bad, or, I don't know, Carter was just unaware, but even Uber situation, the only player who should be really getting healed on the defensive Uber is, Alex. The demo should be the only one really getting tanked for, like, the defensive trade there. Especially with how bad Froyo's pop was. They popped over here, and Brad easily could have just held that Uber. He should have just dropped Carter, but Carter shouldn't have been there in the first place. And Alex should have just gotten like a solo tank, and dropping that player that early Like, the rest of them just got caught in the shed. Froyo just went super deep for the 2 picks. Even though they knew their Uber was worse because they knew they could get them, and that's just losing. That's like a completely losing fight there. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do here. So Slum's on a 5k. He's got the beam, Uber, and now they're triple in. He's on a 6k. The Slum performed very well this match. I'd say like, well, he's definitely the best player in the server. I'd say some people underperformed, like Grand Slam, Ash kind of underperformed. I'd say Blaze underperformed as well a little, but it's just, at this point, it's like, is he underperforming or is it just the way, the Froyo formula for winning, right? Alright, so Slum gets shoved off route early, gets healed. They find Blaze, and now they can just kind of play the numbers game. They don't have to overcommit, they can just play the spam game since Froyo's down 1. And Froyo can't really commit forward because they only have 1 soldier to initiate. Banny's just spamming. He's just sitting back and spamming. He's not even looking to feed. He knows he can't without his soldier partner. And yeah, they just end up capping the point off 1 kill. So Banny finds Grand Slam, but Laz finds the Force. Oh no, they counter use. Brad ate too much spam from a B. They just have to leave. Yeah, Brad already knew that he had to leave. They were down 2. They knew it was bad from the get-go. And Froyo just wins the point back immediately off of Grand Slam trying to get arrowed instead of just going near the beam. So really good damage from Blaze from Carter dies. Not gonna be a good fight. They have to just play passive. He didn't hit a good enough surf, which to be fair, it's hard surf to hit when you're both your scouts back up before you do. And they're not going to get the salvage on skis. He's playing the situation super well. Can we get some Demo Man insight? If you want Demo Man insight, you're probably just better off watching like any random Habib stream. I'm not really a Demo Man player. Habib is just, I don't know. Even just watching his gameplay is like enough. You don't really need him to explain it. I feel like you can just pick up on some of the stuff he does. But yeah. I'm more, okay, the catch out Eric, yeah, so Fro's doing the shed hold, and GCI is responding with the right play, which is to toe the point and kill everything not in the shed. You don't want to send your players in, because you can get the force like this anyway. 404, ooh, he's gonna die here. Yeah, there's no way. 404 does the escape where he goes into yard rather than what skis it up the ramp, up the stairs here. Going up the stairs probably confuses the soldiers a little more because they'll always expect you to be leaving here. But yeah. So yeah, the correct response to the shed hold is to play the point, kill everything that's not inside the shed, and then the Uber will automatically come out because they're forced to. They won't have the numbers to hold Uber, and they don't want to lose the point for nothing either. So, Banny gets caught here. This is 4-3 in, right? Yeah, it was. You think GCI or anyone else has a chance of being pro this season? I think GCI has a good chance. I could explain it like, okay, last fight skis. This is gonna be a chaos fight now. Froyo's gonna dive to salvage. But anyway, while that's going on, I'll explain it like, I don't think Froyo has been particularly impressive with their roster swap. I think obviously Sum's like a really good player. He was the best player in this match by far. I don't think there was anything wrong with the roster swap, but I think Froyo as a team has been struggling. And their strongest point before the swap was Banny on Combo Scout, Habib on Demo, and you take off one of the strongest points of the team and just swap the soldier, and it's like kind of a wash on how much they improved. Like, you could argue they even didn't improve. And I think this match was the first time both of these teams have been tested, and I think both teams were unhappy with the results and had a lot of room for improvement. So I think GCI could do pretty well against Froyo. I think they're kind of clearly the top 2 teams this season. barring like any major improvements or developments from any of the other teams. But the way I see it is that the way I see it is that I haven't really been super impressed by froyo with Banny on pocket as opposed to his combo scout. Obviously, Banny's still really good at soldier. He's probably still just the best pocket, but it's not like they didn't already have the best pocket and the best combo scout, is what I'm saying. And it shakes things up a little. Like the dynamic is a little different. And GCI, I think if Branslam and Ash had like played better than they did, then they probably would have taken the Smash. Because I think everybody else on the team performed very well. In particular, Alex, Laz, Yite performed very well. 404 performed as good as he could have with the way Branslam was playing. And the counterparts, I'd say, I don't know. I'd say Blaze and Skis underperformed. Skis did clean up his gameplay, but from what I could tell in the cast, but he still wasn't playing as well as he should have, I think, too. Him and Blaze for that most part. So going back to the game, looks like the round is fairly close, but it looks like it's going to go in GCI's favor. They're closer to the Uber and they have the initial pick, and froyo has to just dive in forward into the Uber, so it's just going to be like, I don't know, hopefully Branslam's world where people just feed into him. So they decide to use forward first. It's fine play. Like anytime they use would have been good there, because froyo would have just had to lose a bunch of people on the point. That round's just a wash there. Like froyo literally doesn't have any counterplay. Like the only way to win that is if Brad drops, and he's not gonna drop there. So score's 4-2 now in favor, or 3-2 rather. Sorry, 3-2 rather in favor of GCI. So they're in the lead. And I think they kind of, I don't know. froyo clutches out or they beef, one of the two. Whichever way you want to take it. Might be a little bit of both. So let's watch Slum a little. He's been on fire for the most part. Keeping track of the soldiers, trying to get a little roof control. I like that he dips off the roof early. As soon as he takes damage, to get healed a little more. When I played with Branslam, I always thought Branslam stayed on the roof a little too much, never committed. So Laz goes behind. Slum's keeping track of him. Banny goes back too. Laz decides to go deep in the spawn. He wants to be forgotten about, and so he can come back in. He distracts by going behind, but he also wants to come back in for his own opportunity. He doesn't like commit. And froyo trades forward, but they don't actually manage to get the force out of Brad, so that's good awareness from GCI to realize they don't have to actually use there. It's one of the really good things about Brad. Brad's a really smart player. He makes like decisions instantly. He doesn't hesitate, and he doesn't like to hesitate, I guess. Nobody likes to hesitate, but Brad like hates it. Branslam gets caught trying to chase forward, trying to get a trade for Ash, but that's just bad. This starts off in their favor. If Branslam just chills, then they're like golden to keep fighting. Yite ends up feeding. Now they're doing an unsynchronized sack wave, and Skis is so weak. Ash gonna get the second rocket off, or Laz gonna get the second rocket off. Now Ash comes in way late after Skis is already gone. His health. The sack wave is so staggered that froyo is so happy with it, because it just slows down GCI more. Ash should not have went there after Laz failed. I'd argue like even Laz shouldn't have went for the sack, but now they're getting forward held on. They just decide to bust through. Deep jump on Laz. He's taking attention, but nobody was able to get through the trap in time as he was giving up his life. Laz came through with the intention of someone else just busting through with them, and no one did, but it's fine. They have a good spawn wave, so they're happy with just getting the Uber and then making it even, and Laz will be up from the next fight anyway. So Laz single dying basically broke the forward for froyo, which I don't really know how. froyo probably gonna get pulling it. Once froyo figured out the counter double soldier, CJ didn't seem to have a restaurant. Yeah, I agree. I think there was a lot of counterplay for it. Like the option should have just been to they could have continued the double soldier bomb, but just started focusing the beam instead of skis. They could have also just played to counter Blaze and Banny, because I don't think Blaze and Banny were doing anything particularly effective to open up lanes for Froyo to just run over the point and win. I think it was more of Froyo's just deciding to focus down the soldiers that led to them winning. And nice rocket by Laz. There, it gets caught there. But at the end of the day, like the adjustment to the double soldier bombs didn't like make the match not close. Every round is still super close. How's Banny Soldier overall? He's very passive. I'll watch him for a little. Is what I find is that he'll wait for his opportunities. Oh, he's jumping in deep here. Oh, he's cutting off 404s as the Uber forward. Yeah, so he'll find his opportunities like that, but he's very passive overall. So yeah, what happened there was Froyo Ubered across the point, and Banny just caught the exit. Just like that's the standard play, by the way. Like for that we've watched on the map on this match. It's just take your combo across point as the team is exiting main, soldier comes in behind. But yeah, I find that his soldier is very passive. It's very spam heavy. He'll wait for Blaze to initiate first, like 90% of the time, and he'll I don't know. I feel like I've seen him like just playing the shed area a lot too, and like just spamming the point rather than trying to make room and space for his scouts. It's more like he's trying for a bait play here. Trying to now he's going behind. I find that he's just not looking to just set up his scouts, but it's more like you gotta beef there. But if they set him up, like if he sets them up, then they set him back up in turn, basically like a give and go relationship, rather than just sacrifice your life so everyone else can play the game. He's definitely like looking. I don't know. He's definitely looking to just, you know. Well, he made a good play and then he just made a bad play there. Like, but you know, it happens, right? But I think he's like not really playing like the way like say like Jay would have. Jay was definitely Jay would just wait and then go for key picks in the middle of a fight, rather than like initiating as well. But Banny seems to just kind of just make trade-offs to like, I don't know, spam a lot, wait and just wait and wait basically until something happens, and then you can take advantage of it. Alright, so he's back here for this fight. Now he's going, you see, instead of like taking height and like making space, he's electing to go into the shed here and spam. I just find it like he comes out, okay, gets his crit heals. Now he's bombing, trying to make space, and he just passive again. They take the trade forward. He just doesn't commit to the fight with the scout there. And he finds a kill when someone's not looking at him. Super weak behind. They catch him out. He's probably gonna die here, but he's still getting time. Froyo seemed to win the fight without him. Basically, he got a clean up single rocket damage kill, and Froyo won the fight without him. But I don't know. He's definitely like really good at soldiers though. It's just I don't know. I haven't been like I-55 wowed out of my mind of him just bombing, making space, doing massive damage, etc. It seems like most of his damage just comes from cross map spam. So GCI has to fight the point. They're down numbers, heals, and everything, and Froyo will just clean them up as Koth will go. Yeah, it's just nothing you can really do here when your fight goes sour like that earlier. That's the second half, so we have the tiebreaker round. For some reason the demos are like they do like a third half. I don't really get why they do a third half. So it's just like this is just one round, but I don't know. Just watch this final thing here. I actually don't understand why you would take away the momentum from either team in a KOF, but it's fine, I guess. It's kind of like sets up an epic golden cap round. Teams have to decide what they'll do for their final mid, and yeah. So here's this positioning. I'm probably gonna stop watching him, but I think like the point is made. He's just chilling up here, waiting for probably Blaze to jump in, I'd say. Yeah, he's just trying to get tags, and so both teams are kind of afraid of making the first move here. It's the final round after all. Golden cap situation. Oh right, they crits. I forgot. Okay. So for one, I don't think crits is very good on this map, because of like how the sight lines work. You can easily just like, I don't know, you leave it up to chance if a team decides to hold here or here and the demo can't see them. And two, the leapfrog is just going to favor froyo until 404 dies and is able to get off crits. Such a huge risk. I think, I mean, I remember when I was watching them, they get this force extremely early, so it's fine, but ballsy by you had to try to contest that, but you might just get out. I remember watching the match and I was like, oh no, please don't run crits. It's just a mistake. Like, especially on like KOF there, you have to literally wipe them. But the thing is about this map, if you look at the sightlines, you don't even need skis with a solemn vow to look at the beam to tell it's on crits. Any of the players on froyo could have just looked and noticed that skis or Brad was on crits, and then like the counterplay to crits is just get out of the sightline and then just like play passive and run away. Like, look how much ground you have to cover with your first initial sticky. It's just, I don't know, it's just too risky and too hard to execute. And I don't think they even really practiced it too much. They probably, flat out they shouldn't have run it. Or they needed to just 6-man for skis, including 404. 404 probably should have like committed to a fight where all 6 of them went to die for skis. Otherwise, it just wasn't worth it. Like, he's just stuck on crits now, and yeah, froyo's just too aware right now, and now they're just down on the clock too. Well, like, if any of them are watching this, they probably don't want to hear that, but it's kind of just is the truth, and yeah. So they crits, and they're just gonna die to the Uber. And now, like, at this point, look at how far the clock is. Now they're just playing from behind. Like, I feel like you kind of shot yourself in the foot. So if it's like, let's say there's like 20 seconds left on both teams, and you have to take one last fight, then you go ahead, run crits, right? Like, maybe you'll get the crits during the fight faster, but not to the middle, I think. I've never really been a fan of crits. I don't run crits a lot myself unless like someone tells me to, and then I'm like, okay, fuck it, I will, I guess. Like, but I'm never gonna be the one to suggest it. I'm just not really a crits player, medic. Alright, well, now they're not completely, like, it's desperate time, so they have to clutch up here if they want to win. So they're taking the dry fight, they just have to, like, instantly. Even though they have ad here, they're playing really aggressive. Get the cap off for free. froyo is really weak. Wow, all their players were so weak, they didn't actually manage to get any kills. It's unfortunate, but this is Laz. Yeah, Laz catches out Habib, and they get Blaze, who tries to, like, get the trade, which he does, but 2 for 1. Oh, Eric comes in. Brad's just out of position here. Was Brad out of position? Okay, no. 3 people are playing towards Valley, catching skis. He had a scout here who didn't spot Eric running in. Died with 96% Uber. That's just that was the game-winning play, actually. If that didn't happen, then Global Clan might have had a chance. But now there's just everything's like against them. This is still a winnable fight, actually, right here. So they have to beef this fight too. Yeah, it's getting taken out of the fight early. Gets back in. All these people in red are weak. Laz finds Habib again. Laz has been finding like skis or Habib a lot. Blaze just trying to take pressure away, make a little room. There's no Habib, so they can kind of fearlessly stand on the roof and spam down, but they're not doing it. Blaze makes it behind. Now they're worried about Blaze, and Blaze just jumps out instantly while they go back, and they can't find him. Now it's even Ubers. Scripted. Honestly, like, yeah, froyo has a little bit of plot armor from these sort of matches. Yike for Blaze, not really a good trade. You'd rather have the scout in this situation when you really need to frag out. And Ash dies, and 44, still winnable. Oh, okay, yeah, Skis dies, definitely winnable. Alex is getting shot in the back for free. Yeah, it was unfortunate. That's GG. Not gonna lie, I thought this was a CP map and confused on why the stalemate is taking so long. Yeah. What's up, Kind? GCI can't win until they're coming from lower bracket finals. Close game. It was a super close game. I said earlier, both teams are definitely unhappy with how they performed. Probably Froyo less so because they won. And I think both teams actually have a lot of room for improvement with how they played. Froyo definitely felt like they threw the first half, but at the same time, GCI still played a very solid second half after Froyo started catching up, and I think the crits play might have like made things a little desperate for GCI. I don't think GCI would be opposed to playing them again on Clear Cut, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't remember whose map pick this was. I think it might have been Froyo's. For some reason, I think it's Froyo's. I could check, but yeah, I didn't plan on watching any other demos today. By the way, I've been saying I was gonna watch this for like the last ever since the match happened, and then I just hadn't. But now I've gotten this out of the way, I'll probably just post someone and end the stream.